All right, guys, let's try this again. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties over here, but I'm trying to get the conversation going. Hopefully, this does it. Says we're live. Looks good. Right? We're solid. Yes, we're here. We're live. We got it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode where we are talking about the biggest trade since probably the team traded for Chris Webber. And I'm excited to hear what you guys all have to say, everything like that. But first off, let me introduce myself. My name is Vince Miracle. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms of @VMCenter. The site is Cowbell Kingdom, the Basketball Zone YouTube channel. And yes, guys, in case you missed it, in case you haven't been checking Twitter or watching the entire NBA world blow up over this deal, the Sacramento Kings have traded Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson to the Indiana Pacers for Domantas Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, Justin Holiday, and a 2027 second round pick. Now, look, my initial thoughts here. Honestly, I'm one of the few. I'm one of the very few, and I know that actually really enjoyed hearing this news. Like, I like Domantas Sabonis a lot. I think he fills a solid need here for the Kings as a big man that can grow next to De'Aaron Fox. And as much as it pains me to see Haliburton go, like, I don't want anyone to take my remarks of this trade being good for the Kings as I don't like Tyrese, because I am a big Tyrese fan. I think Tyrese Haliburton has major potential and could be something very special down the road. And I love him now under Rick Carlisle. I think Rick Carlisle is going to have the point guard that he's been wanting. And I'm excited to see how that turns out and what he can be under Carlisle. But man, it to me, I think Sabonis is a great fit. You get what was formerly the number 12 pick in the draft of 2020 to now being a two-time All-Star at 25 years old, averaging 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. I do believe the Kings overpaid a bit. I mean, on the positive side of it, though, again, you changed that surprising number 12 pick. I mean, it was a surprise. No, I mean, a lot of people thought Haliburton was going to be a high IQ point guard. No one thought he would be the player that he is today. You get off Buddy Hield's contract, and he's been horrible this season. Tristan Thompson was just the add-on in there. And you get a guy like Domantas Sabonis. Again, the struggle that I have with this deal, though, and before I start taking your guys' question, because, yeah, I am going to be going into the comment section and hearing your guys' thoughts, is I think the biggest question to me is what's next, because it doesn't seem like this is over. And I don't know if it spoke more to the volume of what Fox's value is now, and maybe that's why they had to give up Haliburton, because it never sounded like Haliburton was truly on the table. As much as people said they really wanted to build around these two, I really think it was that they wanted to keep Haliburton, but I think Fox did play his way into lowering his value this season. And reports did come out that, the Pacers were offered De'Aaron Fox, and they said no. However, my counter to that is, even though a report did come out and say that, and I really don't know where that's from, I just see a lot of people talking about it. To hear that they were even surprised, that the Pacers were surprised on even being able to acquire Tyrese, I really believe that the Kings chose De'Aaron Fox. But again, it could speak to just to the value that is De'Aaron Fox right now. But before I get into the comment section, guys, I'm going to show you this clip. This is all from Woj today on NBA Today on ESPN. This is his thoughts on the Kings. So this is just, you guys are going to hear audio here.
And thought that was a comp, but to get this kind of a 21-year-old player from the Kings, I think not only surprising to Indiana, but the rest of the league. I think there was a lot of the reaction in the last hour since we reported it was, if we knew Tyrese Haliburton could have been had, we would have really been aggressive and maybe pursuing him And so this is a Sacramento team that certainly now continues to build around De'Aaron Fox. Obviously, they put Buddy Hield in the trade to Indiana. But I think for Sacramento, it was a week ago. I was in New York City the morning after they played Philly. Haliburton
This is the
38
thing that Kings
against the
fans hate
Sixers.
to
Just an
hear.
electric performance in Philly. Almost carried them to a win. And I saw Tyrese Haliburton in the hotel lobby in the morning. I saw their owner, Vivek Ranadive, and Haliburton was somebody who really, really was committed to being the guy to help turn that organization around. I was told he was stunned today. And I know this, their front office, Monty McNair, their GM, Wes Wilcox, their assistant GM, I've always been under the belief that those two really, really, really valued Haliburton. And so how this trade came about and the decision to put him in it is stunning. And certainly for Indiana, I think it changes the trajectory of how they reshape this roster. And now you have
The rest of it's just about him talking about the Indiana Pacers. But the key things for me there is it doesn't sound like Haliburton was really a part of this deal. I think this was honestly, this could have been a panic trade. From how it sounded like Monty knew he needed to make a move. He panicked. That deal came about, and he landed Sabonis, which is a great player. I like Sabonis on this team. So panic or not, he got a great card, right? I think a lot of fans are upset at this deal because of how much they love Tyrese, the personality, as well as the player. I mean, the player was great, but the personality that he brought, the swagger that he brought, the fact that, again, he loved having that underdog mindset, that he was going to be a key person, a key player that was going to bring this franchise that has been struggling for over a decade now and was going to make them relevant. And I think a lot of you guys really wanted to see him there. And now I start looking toward the next steps, right? Because this obviously can't be the trade that happens and you're done. You still have pieces like Richaun Holmes. I definitely think Richaun Holmes is on the block. You'd have to assume that, right? Like he's under a great contract. He's a very serviceable big man, and it'll be interesting to see what they can get in for him. There's always been speculation that Harrison Barnes, who only has 2 years left on his deal, is going to be traded. So there could be something still in the works. This probably still isn't over. From certain things that I've heard, the Kings are still interested in Jeremy Grant, but I feel as if that isn't going to happen. From someone that, I mean, I'm not a sources guy. Like I'm never gonna pretend like I'm a sources guy. I've got to meet and talk to a lot of people doing these shows and doing the show that I've been doing since 2011. But someone that I talked to that covers the Blazers told me today that the trade for CJ McCollum to the Pelicans may expand to Detroit, and Jeremy Grant could be going to the Blazers. I believe that was how it was said. So I don't think Jeremy Grant is going to be in the works. But I talked to my buddy Zach Noble, who I've had on my show, The King's Court, and we were throwing around ideas here because once this trade happened, there's certain people you just got to talk to, right? And I think the Kings definitely need to be eyeballing a shooter. Maybe it's a guy like Malik Beasley. Is Malik Beasley a guy that you can obtain for maybe Mo Harkless, Alex Len, and Terrence Davis? Go get someone like that off the bench of the Timberwolves. How much are the Toronto Raptors fully invested and in love with Gary Trent Jr.? Now, don't get me wrong. I know Gary Trent Jr. has been playing great all season long, but can he maybe be traded away? Can maybe their need for a center and us having Richaun Holmes in Sacramento, maybe there's a trade there that could be made? I'm just thinking of shooters out loud. But, I mean, to get two positive wing 3-and-D guys, I mean, mainly just Justin Holiday in my mind. Jeremy Lamb is just so injury-prone. But I know a lot of you guys who are on Twitter that have loved both of these names, Justin Holiday and Jeremy Lamb, both as free agents or as potential people that you can sign. So for you out there that are saying you never wanted them, I know you're lying. If I have to, I'll get cold takes to check your receipts because I know you guys have liked those players. So I do think the Kings did get better in terms of wing depth to get a 3-and-D guy like Justin Holiday, a 3-and-D guy like Jeremy Lamb. And look, it's De'Aaron Fox's team. This is Fox's team now. If he wasn't given the keys before, he's definitely given the keys now. And I think James Ham definitely said it best the other day on a show before. I think it was probably like on Friday or Saturday on D'Lo and KC, where he said, this is 2 years where the Kings have just never really built a team around De'Aaron Fox or for De'Aaron Fox. And you get 3-and-D guys. You get a big man that can pass the ball like Sabonis and get you the easy bucket down low as well as stretch out the floor. I mean, you're building now for Fox. And I will say, was that the right move? I don't know. He's definitely played down, but the ball is going to be back in his hands. And he is going to have a lot of pressure on his shoulders moving forward. We are going to need to see De'Aaron Fox knock down a three-point shot with some consistency. We are going to need him to start improving as a playmaker. We are going to need him to start being more aggressive and finishing around the rim. There's no more being passive. There's no more just standing and waiting. He's going to have the ball. We're going to see the De'Aaron Fox that a lot of you guys loved during that year where he had the hair, his second season where he just cut off the hair. That's going to be the De'Aaron Fox that you guys are going to love to see. He's going to be back. The ball is going to be back in his hands. And I want to see what he's like with a big man next to him. So with that being said, I'm here to take all your questions. I'll figure out how to add the phone calls open. I'm running this. I'm producing the show all by myself here today, guys. I don't have no producer with me. I had to do this show. I wanted to talk to you guys and see what your guys' thoughts are on all of this for sure. So again, if you guys haven't heard, one more time, the Sacramento Kings have traded Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson to the Indiana Pacers for Domantas Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a 2027 second-round pick. Again, I'm going to be opening this up for questions here. I'm going to see if I could maybe do a picture-in-picture. I'm not 100% sure here. Let's see. Nope, that didn't work. Going back. I tried, guys. I'd have to do a full wraparound, but let's go ahead and read down these comments here. So it says, Sabonis, what's up, boy? Say it ain't so. Really? Is this for real? Sabonis is 25. He is still getting better, but I will miss Haliburton. Buddy was my buddy. Our backcourt was too full. Somebody had to go. That's another thing, too. I mean, the cool thing about this trade is the Kings stuck with Davion Mitchell, who I also feel has really improved over these last few games, being that he's starting to get these minutes. And you have to be happy about that. You have to be pumped that you're going to see Davion get big minutes here. They didn't have to give up Harrison Barnes for this. They didn't have to give up any first-round picks in this deal. So that the Kings still have a lot that they can build on. The question I have now, though, is was this move a win-now move to make this play-in? Or was this a move for next year? Because in my personal opinion, and I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this as well, probably in this chat, but I know from at least Leo, are you okay with the Kings possibly going for tank? Are you okay with them tanking the rest of this season? Because the way the Pelicans just improved their roster and the way the Spurs have been playing, I really don't see the Kings competing for that 10th spot and making that play-in. And what's the plan anyways? Is the plan saying you made the playoffs? I definitely don't believe that. So, yeah, someone had to go. In my personal opinion, I think that since you have that 22 pick, cherish it. Try and get a really good player. Tank for the season, man. Let these young guys produce. Let's see what we have in Mitchell. Let's see what the team has and Lewis King and things like that. So Sabonis is only 25. Yes, he's only 25. Yes, it was a good trade. No, I think there is more moves coming for the Kings too. Barnes, Bagley, Holmes, all potentially could get moved. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of reports, and I believe it was Bill Simmons said it on a recent show that the Detroit Pistons. No, it was Brian Windhorst. Regardless, one of these shows said that the Detroit Pistons were heavily interested in Marvin Bagley. I mean, I don't know if there's a way that you get Jeremy Grant and Diallo or Jeremy Grant and Sadiq Bey out of Detroit, but they definitely need a center over there as well. Isaiah Stewart can't be your guy moving forward. Yeah, but yes, I do agree. There's going to be more moves coming. Somebody had to go, not Hallie. Swap out Hallie for Fox, and it's a good trade. Sabonis is a really good big. Is this true? Yes, this is true. This is not a lie. This happened. Only thing I don't like for the future is that we likely win more games, and I was hoping that we would get 4. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, me too. Very guard heavy. Hopefully it goes good. Buddy was traded. Yeah, it looks like you guys were really late to the party, guys. Tyrese, Buddy, and Tristan. Let's see. Pacers, why? Do you guys think that Tyrese drops 40 in this first matchup against the Kings? Because I do. A lot of comments here. Fox needs to leave. Sabonis behind the Joker. So, yeah, the Kings, again, for those who don't know, it looks like there's still a lot of question marks on it. Is interview on. Oh, there it is. Bada bing. I found it. Copied. There we go. Now you guys can join the show. Figure that out. And paste. Send. If you guys want to join in, give me your guys' thoughts. Very interested to hear what you guys have to say. I think it's gonna just be a wild ride, man, to see the end of this finish of the trade deadline. Because we're already seeing what the Pelicans are doing. Again, I've been hearing that trade isn't officially done yet. They could involve the Pistons for Jeremy Grant. What happens with PJ Washington? The deal that I think is going to happen is going to be somewhere with the Hornets and the Kings. I don't know what it is. PJ Washington and something else could possibly be it, but not 100% sure what that could be. To the right. Let's see. There he is. What's going on, Noah? How you doing, buddy? Noah, you there? See if I can't hear you, buddy. See if I can get your volume on. Man, yeah, you have no audio. My sound effects are on. Is your microphone turned on? Interesting. Yeah, see, guys, I'm still producing. Give me 1 second as I learn how to do this for you guys, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, man, I can't get your audio on. That's very weird. Well, you can wave to the camera there. You can wave to the camera there, Noah. I'm sorry. I can't get your audio on, man. I tried. Maybe we can do it again in a little bit. I have to figure that part out. But yeah, so I don't 100% understand the idea that the Kings are done. I think it's going to be Holmes for PJ Washington, and it would have to. Oh my gosh, I really don't know. PJ Washington is a good deal. I love the Malik Beasley idea. I just don't know, as my dog is hearing it again. Let's try. Noah wants to try again. I don't mind trying again. Let's see. Yeah, you have yourself muted there, Noah. I see it right there at the bottom. You muted yourself. That's what it says. Yeah, guest has muted himself. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I still have you on mute. It says that you muted yourself. I try to unmute you, but I can't manually do it. The interview idea is great. I would love to talk to you guys and hear about it, because I've literally just been going back and forth on my mind to see where everyone's thought process is on this, because I do believe this is a good trade for the Kings. Build wise, does Davion start? I think is a good question. Do they still go with Justin Holiday? I don't know. I have everything unmuted. My bad. No, it's all good, man. I want to hear from you guys. So if you guys want to keep trying, a different person wants to come in, completely okay with it. Like I said, I have the volumes all the way up. I unfortunately just couldn't hear you. But yeah, does Hallie start? I don't know. Or does Davion start? I don't know. Sorry, throwing salt in the wound there by bringing up Haliburton's name again. Does Justin Holiday start? I mean, the Kings definitely got better defensively. I think that's a good sign. There's just definitely more moves to come. And figuring that part out has been fun. I've been really trying to ask people what they think is going to happen next. My favorite idea is trying to go after Gary Trent Jr. and seeing what the asking price is from Toronto and how much they're in love with him, or Malik Beasley. Like, Malik Beasley's probably 1B for me. And whatever other pieces you can snag away from the Minnesota Timberwolves. But yeah, so that's it. If we're not going to have anybody else try and call on in, I think that is going to be the show today. I appreciate you guys all coming down and giving me your thoughts and really just going over this trade with me, because I've literally tried to find ways to express it in different ways to express the trade, and I'm still blown away by it. It was a big move. Again, this is probably the biggest trade the Kings have made since they went and acquired Chris Webber. Talent-wise, Sabonis is arguably going to be one of the best talents Sacramento has ever had. Like, Haliburton was as good as Haliburton has been and is right now. He was yet to reach Fox's level, right? Like, Haliburton was really good for a second-year player doing the things that he was doing and how well he was doing it. He was still not on that level of De'Aaron Fox yet in terms of being a scorer and everything like that, but I mean, he has the potential to be nice, but Domantas Sabonis is already there. He's already made it. So, 19 points, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. You got to love it. Keep leaving your guys' comments in the comment section below. What are you talking about? Where is Leo? Leo is, I believe, at a conference right now for his Amazon show that he's producing. So, shout out to him. But yeah, I want to hear all of you guys' opinions down below. How much do you guys agree or disagree that this was a good move for the Kings? We want to hear from you down in the comments section. If you haven't done so already, please help us continue to grow by hitting that like button on this video and, of course, smashing that subscribe button so that you're here up to date with all of our content. And so you're the first one here on all of our live shows. Hit that bell icon right there next to the subscribe button after you've hit that so that you're here for all of this. Again, my name is Vince Miracle. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms of @VMCenter. The website, the show, and everything is @Cowbell_Kingdom. Again, I appreciate all of the support. Betting shows coming again soon, guys. I mean, we've been hitting it out of the park. I believe I'm at like 54% on the year on all my picks. You guys don't want to miss all of that. But again, until next time, we're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep getting it going. Well, what happens next?